So, hello everybody. Today we are very pleased to host Mr. Hani Mustafa from Prime Properties from Egypt, Cairo. So, hello, Mr. Hani, and thank you very much for visiting Globevisa Dubai.
Thank you very much.
And we would like to talk today about citizenship, about the new program of citizenship in Egypt.
Sure.
And could you please explain us more about the program that we can be more aware and bring it to our clients, customers? So the first, would you like to talk something about yourself and present yourself?
Sure. So in 2009, I founded Prime Properties Egypt, and we started as a consultancy house for real estate developers and companies, and we used to do studies for them. And then in 2011, we started working in the field of citizenship and residency through investment. And we were the first company in Egypt to introduce the Caribbean programs, actually. And in 2019, the Egyptian government decided to introduce the Egyptian citizenship by investment law. And since 2020, we were the first company to apply for the license to promote the Egyptian program. So yeah, this is basically very quickly about us and what we are doing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And so let's come more deep to the program to have more knowledge about that. So can you please tell us who can apply for this program?
Okay, it's any nationality can apply. He has to be above 21 years old and above that. And we welcome everyone. However, when it comes to the approvals or who's going to be accepted, it's at the sole discretion of the Citizenship by Investment Unit. We have only one nationality that is, they cannot apply, and the rest they can apply, it's normal.
Who can I ask you, which kind of nationality?
It's the Israeli one. Yeah,
okay, okay. And the rest of the countries which is actually listed, they can apply.
Yes.
That's a very good answer. Thank you very much. So one more question. So the main applicant, what is the maximum age the main applicant can add as dependents for his application? And what is the maximum age, the limit of the children which he can apply, and can he apply his parents and siblings?
Okay. It's the main applicant and the dependents below the age of 21. The dependent below the age of 21 needs to be at the time of receiving the citizenship, not at the time of application. So it's better to give this idea to the applicants who are going to apply. It could be the husband or the wife. They can be anyone can be the main applicant. However, the husband can give the wife the citizenship after 2 years. Wife cannot give the husband citizenship. It's according to law. Man can give the woman, but women don't give them. And it's the only citizenship program that allows 4 wives in the same.
Oh, very interesting. So we can allow 4 wives.
Yes.
That is the main point. And what about the parents of the main applicant?
No, just the main applicant and the dependent children below the age of 21.
How about the siblings?
The same thing. It's the main applicant and the ones below.
And how about the family? Will be the family included in the same amount of the government contributions, or we have a different amounts to be added for each applicant?
No, it's fine. The whole application is just to pay the government $10,000, and it includes everybody. You don't need to add any other numbers, regardless of the number of family members or their ages. So it's the same number.
And there is, like right now in this difficult world situation, what is going on all over the world, there is a very, I say, sensitive question. If the main applicant, he is still in the young age and he becomes the Egyptian citizen, must he serve the army services?
No, dual nationals, they don't get to serve in the military. We apply for them like the exemption due to their dual nationality, and they don't enlist. So.
Okay, that's thank you, very important to know. And how about the citizenship? Will it be transferred due to generations from one to another?
Yes, of course.
So the future generation
Yes,
will.
sure. So the grandchildren and the grandchildren, so of course they get it.
And what is the minimum amount to enter the citizenship program?
So we have 4 programs or 4 ways to apply for the citizenship. It's either through the real estate option, the donation option, companies option, and the bank deposit option. And we can go through the details of them, of course, if you wish in the next questions.
We would like to know it. So can you please go more detailed in each option?
So the real estate option is $300,000. You can buy any property you want, except in the Sinai area. You need to keep the property for 5 years. And during this period, you can rent it out, you can benefit in living in it, and after 5 years, you can sell it. And of course, the investment in Egypt is very good, so definitely you're going to get a really nice premium after 5 years on your property. As for the donation option, it's $250,000. For the bank deposit option, it's $500,000 for 3 years, and then you get the amount after 3 years in Egyptian pounds at the maturity exchange rate, not at the deposit exchange rate.
Okay,
so it will keep the value of the deposit, the deposit until it's at its maturity. The last thing is which is the companies. So you can invest in companies that is existing or new, just raising the capital of $350,000. Plus doing a donation of $100,000 to the government. And you need to maintain and keep this company up and running for 5 years. So you cannot declare bankruptcy of the company during this period. You have the right to use the money as you wish. So even if you want to withdraw it, to use it for any reason, you can do that during the 5 years, anytime during the 5 years.
Can be multiple shareholders in company?
Yes, you can be 1%, you can be 100%. It's up to the applicant how.
And can be partnered by.
Sure.
And so each partner will be eligible.
Each partner $350,000.
Okay, so and they will be eligible to apply for the program.
As long as they raise the capital to $350,000.
So each client, let's say, will choose their own way, their own path.
Yes.
Which will be more comfortable for them to enter.
Exactly.
And tell me a little bit more, how does the process goes, how long it takes, and how long do we need the requirement to stay in Egypt, live in Egypt, to have the minimum?
Okay, so there is no requirement of visiting or doing anything before you come. You can just do everything remotely, unless you visited Egypt one time during the past years. Then I will need you to come for 1 day to do some background checks, and that's it. If you've never been to Egypt, then there is no requirement of visiting the country to do the application until you are approved. Then after the approval, you need to come to do the fingerprint, to do the ID, to get the passport and so on, which is also going to be for 2 days basically to finish everything. Our office is very efficient and we get these things done in very little time. About the process itself, well, there is the primary approval, which takes between 3 to 6 months. And after that, you can do the investment. And then after you get the investment, you get the passport within another 3 to 4 months. Also, you get the second approval, and which is the citizenship certificate, of course.
So it's roughly, it will take
between
1 year.
6 to 9 months.
6 to 9 months.
Yes, 6 to 9 months. If the client, again, if the applicant is not having multiple citizenships, if he or she is having a lot of residency, then it will take longer. But if it's just one citizenship and one place of living, it's usually faster. Specifically for the ones who are already living in Egypt, for example. Those ones they are getting approvals in 4 months and 5 months, and they get the citizenship quite fast because they already have their documents and everything set in Egypt.
Very good, thank you very much. And let's come to the real estate option, because as now we know that real estate market in Egypt like a very hot story.
Yeah, sure.
So, and everybody predicts that investment in real estate, not only for citizenship, but can bring a lot of benefits for the investors.
Sure. So we have multiple locations in Egypt. Some people used to consider Egypt as a cheap destination, which is not entirely true. We have very prime locations and very nice projects done by very prominent developers over there. And it depends what the applicant is looking for. If the applicant is looking for return in dollars, for example, then they need to go to the Red Sea area, where most of the people who are buying, selling, and renting there are foreigners. So it's easier for them to deal in dollars. If someone is planning to move actually to Egypt and have some business and live in Egypt, I do recommend going for the new administrative capital, which is an amazing
Cairo,
place.
yeah.
Yes, in Cairo. Also, there is another place which is called New Alamein. It's on the north coast of Egypt between Alexandria and Libya. This is an amazing place, white sandy beach. It's a beautiful summer destination. If someone is interested, also we have a couple of options there. They will be amazed with the options over there.
So we predict a growth for that property.
Of course. Egypt has 1 million marriage cases every year.
Wow.
And we have 2.2 million babies are born every year. So this is a huge demand on the housing market in Egypt. So no matter how much we are producing in terms of homes, there is always going to be shortage, and there is always going to be demand and increasing in the prices. So after 5 years, you can easily make 50 to 100% on top of your money if you are selecting the right place, of course.
Yes, if we just go by the...
So regardless of the citizenship or not, I still would recommend going for Egypt for sure. It's
just as investment in the property, just a huge investment on the... And we already talked about it earlier, but one more time, how much is the minimum investment in the property?
You need to invest 300,000 in the property. You can buy 2 or 3 or 4 or any property you want. It could be off plan, it could be ready property, it could be industrial, residential, commercial, retail, whatever you like.
So it doesn't need to have, like in here we say title deed, the property ownership. If we have it on, if we do it on construction base.
Yes, look, there are 2 ways to do that. It's either you buy from a developer whose project is based on their buying from the government. So there is a government entity at the end of the chain of ownership belongs to the government at the end. Or if you are buying from the common or like secondary market. If you buy from the secondary market, then you need a title deed. And I do recommend coming first to us so that we know if this property is eligible for the...
So we evaluate the property to make due diligence on the property.
Yes, and we tell you if this property is suitable for the citizenship or not. And again, as I was saying, you have to keep it for 5 years and then you can sell it after that.
So, like coming to, I mean, the real estate, of course, like there is a lot of talks, there is a lot of articles, and the people, the Egyptian market is like emerging market on the property base.
Sure.
It's maybe underestimated, so everybody is looking for good returns.
Sure.
So now if we come back to the citizenship, so can we come and discuss what is the benefits of the Egyptian citizenship?
Okay, the benefit varies from one applicant to another. Now, for example, Egypt has always been the safe place for Arabs in general to be in. And most of the Arabs, whenever there is a problem, they automatically come to Egypt because they feel safe there. We are very welcoming people. And in 1991, it happened during the Iraqi invasion. And we still have Iraqis and we still have Kuwaitis living in Egypt since then. Syrian problem, still. We have them in Egypt when Sudan problem happened. So all of these countries, whenever there is a problem, they always come to Egypt because they feel safe in Egypt. So it's a safe haven for first the Arabs and the Muslims. They feel comfortable over there. The other people also, we are getting a lot of interest from Russians who are interested in having a second passport that will allow them also to open bank accounts and to get Visa and MasterCard and to bank easily. So of course this is also a good opportunity for them.
Also, as I know, Egypt is a member of BRICS.
BRICS, so which is my third reason. We have a lot of Westerners who are showing interest in getting the Egyptian citizenship. First of all, they are buying anyway in the Red Sea. Okay, so why not?
As a winter house.
Yes, it could be a winter house. They are using it throughout the year actually, and it's an amazing place. We have a lot of beautiful projects there in Guna, in Sahl Hashish, in Hurghada. There are a lot of beautiful projects there. And, so why not get the citizenship with it? Also, we are good with the East and the West as well. So if you have diversification of your passport, so you can use it in different countries that you are visiting. Sometimes you don't want to use your Western passport to go to an Eastern area. We're getting a lot of interest also from Chinese and from Hong Kong. We got a couple of cases so far. I'm expecting, of course, with Globevisa to get more. Yes, I'm sure that there is a lot of people who are going to be interested in this as a way of diversifying their portfolio of passports, because we have a lot of people who are having multiple passports, 3 and 4 and 5 passports. The more you have, the better you have, and it's better for your freedom, of course.
Sure, that is understandable. So we will try to put our impact.
Yes, sure.
So that's what we talk about the real estate. And as you mentioned before, we have multiple options.
Yes.
Regarding the bank amount, minimum bank amount required,
yeah,
and how long applicant has to keep the funds. One more time.
It's $500,000, and you keep it for 3 years without interest, and then you will get it in Egyptian pound at the maturity exchange rate. Now, this is a very good option for someone if he or she is planning to live in Egypt after that, because this will keep the value of their dollar and they can use it freely after that. And also, it's a good option if you don't want to keep, if you don't want to block your investment for a long time. It's only 3 years, and after that you are free to use it as you wish.
Compared to the property, which you have to keep for 5 years,
yeah,
and compared to the company, which you have also to keep investment for 5 years.
The company is something else. As for the companies, some people prefer to do the companies because they already have business. So they are basically raising their own business capital, which is putting money in their pockets again. However, they need to pay the $100,000 donation.
So the donation to the government.
Yeah.
And the amount, the donation to the government, which we do the company, $100,000, have we paid it in the one amount, or can we do it in the installments?
You have a grace period of 6 months for all the options, except for the real estate. You have 1 year grace period after the approval to make this to make your investment. Now, I need to explain something, that you are not going to get the citizenship unless you fulfill the investment amount. So without that, you're not going to get the citizenship. All the funds need to come from outside of Egypt, so you cannot use any kind of money that is existing in Egypt. It has to be fresh money coming from outside. Also, anyone can pay on anyone's behalf.
Yeah, that was my question.
Yes, yes.
So the money can come from anyone. It doesn't need to be like in some countries coming only from the main applicant account.
No, it's fine. Anyone can pay on anyone's behalf. So we are more easy in this, as long as we know, like, need to mention that this money or put a reference, or at least send us the SWIFT that this 300,000 or this 10,000 or this 350,000 is on behalf of this specific person, or you need to mention some numbers or something that we can track that this amount belongs to this person.
And one more question: if the family, for example, Russian family or foreign family, would like to move and relocate to Egypt or spend some time, do you have international schools? Do you have international school or universities where the children can get the education on different language than Arabic?
Yes, sure. We have a lot of international schools. We have the British, we have the French, and we have the American. So we have all the 3 systems. And also we have Russian schools as well. So yes, because we have 1 million tourist visitors coming from Russia every year, and there is 14 flights just by Egypt Air, and the amount of tourists coming from Russia and the people living in Egypt from Russia, it's not a small amount. So there is a very nice community in the Red Sea and also in Cairo. They are working in business and in many other
industries, tourism industry as well.
So having some Russian families moving to Egypt, it's going to be very easy for them. Also, we are also very welcoming to foreigners, so they live with us and then get integrated with us very easily. Now, when it comes to education and international schools in new administrative capital and in Cairo as well, we have a lot of universities that are European and British, so you can get your curriculum exactly like the ones you have in Europe and in
It's
America.
recognized.
Of course, it is, and it's actually a very good education system when it comes to the international one. And also, the same goes for the schools. We have the IGCSE system. And it's an international one, and you can move your kids from one school to another.
That's it for expats or for sometimes. So thank you very much. I think it's very, very, very big and full information, which
we will look for having me.
Which we are looking for. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we are hoping to contribute in Egypt.
I'm waiting for you.
Economy and for have a lucrative corporation.
Sure.
With prime properties.
Thank you
very much.